Hey guys, welcome to My Soul Bliss. Today I wanted to do something a little different and take you on a little tour of the Garden of Quilts. This is a quilt show that's put on by Riley Blake Designs, as well as Thanksgiving Point, which is in Lehi, Utah. I've gone for the past 5 or 6 years, and it's gone on for 5 or 6 years, for actually 6 years. And so I went this past weekend with my mom, and we had a lot of fun. There's lots of things to do. They start the weekend off actually Wednesday night. There was a guest speaker. It was Melissa Gilbert, who is the actress that played Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie. So she just made a fabric design line with Riley Blake Designs. So first we went to a talk done by her, which was so funny, so good. If you ever get the chance to listen to her talk, I highly recommend it. It was awesome. And then the next Wednesday and Thursday, they start doing classes as well. So you can sign up for classes to learn how to do different quilts, how to make different things, bags. They even had some like fabric pumpkins that you can make. So lots of fun things. I did not do a class this year. We actually just came back to my house and sewed. So we didn't worry about classes, but there was a whole vendor booth place. They have it in what's called the show barn. So I show a little bit of that, and then I show the quilts hanging in the gardens, which is just absolutely gorgeous. If you've never been to an outdoor quilt show, I highly recommend it. It's beautiful, great to connect with nature and just see these beautiful pieces of art hanging up in the gardens. So let me show you a little bit behind the scenes and of all of the things that we got to see over the weekend. Our first stop was the vendor marketplace, and like I said, it was in the show barn, which is this beautiful red barn. They have this huge floor that they can set up all these different booths. So lots of shops from around the area came and set up. I love that they even have these quilts hanging up above, and they have adorable props to take photos. So we just walked around here for probably an hour and a half, checking out all the booths, all the companies. There were even some service project based companies there, and it was just wonderful to see. Obviously a lot of samples as well. So that was in the barn. Once we were done shopping, we headed over to the gardens. This is a little drive, but it's nice because they offer a shuttle for those that are out of town. So you don't have to worry about having a car there if you don't have one. You walk up to the building, which is lined with this gorgeous pathway of trees and all the flowers. And they even have the Garden of Quilts sign. Great to take pictures. After checking in at the building, you then walk out the back, which leads you on this path. And the path right away is just gorgeous with flowers and plants everywhere. And then you start to see the quilts hanging up in the gardens between the trees, in tents, just so many gorgeous quilts. You can walk up to them and see all the details, but so many that are just spread out throughout the garden on display for your enjoyment, as well as the beautiful nature that you get to enjoy as well. I loved walking these quiet paths and just soaking in the sun and the beauty of the gardens. They have these really nice stands for the quilts to sit on, so you can look all around them, and there's usually one on the front and the back, and they're just placed along the path, and so you can just enjoy them at a leisurely pace and look at the details, enjoy the artistry of these quilts and the work that has gone into them. There are so many different kinds of quilts from all over the world, done by so many different people, and it's just fun to see everybody's creativity and imagination come to life. In the larger grassy spaces, they have these giant circus-like tents set up to protect the quilts, and then they have multiple rows of quilts, front and back, for you to walk down and enjoy the beauty of them. and just continue to bask in nature and this artistry. Every time I come to the Garden of Quilts, I leave feeling so inspired and ready to go home and make and create. They even have free lectures in this tent in the middle of the gardens during the day, which is nice to take a little break at. I love walking around and finding quilts that I know or have seen my friends make, kind of playing like hide and seek or I Spy with those quilts, and also gaining tons of inspiration and adding to my to-do list with all these quilts that I would like to now make as well. But I love that they hang them up almost clothesline style in between these grassy areas. It's just gorgeous to walk through, see all the intricate details and all the different styles that every person has. All the quilts are so different and so unique. Even if someone has used the same pattern, it's amazing to see the different fabrics that are used and the different style that person has for fabrics and quilting and all the things. It's just such a beautiful experience. Every year, the quilt show is in September, which is perfect to see all these flowers blooming and all the plants at their peak. They have the rose garden, which has quilts hanging in it as well. And the weather is just perfect. It's slight breeze, a little chill to the air, a little crisp at times, but still really nice and warm. I love this secret garden area that is at the gardens. You walk through this tunnel and walk into this secret area that opens up with quilts everywhere. It has a fountain. It's just a very peaceful, calm, beautiful spot. You can sit and take a rest and enjoy the beauty of the gardens, but also the beauty of these quilts. It is a magical place, and I just really recommend it if you ever have the chance to go. In one section of the garden, they also have quilts for sale that you can purchase, and the proceeds will go to the organization that they're supporting that year. If you ever have a chance to go to the Garden of Quilts, I highly recommend it. It is a wonderful weekend full of fun and beauty.